Sorry. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday morning, and of course, it is time for the Women Talk Show live right here on Facebook. I am Brigitte Lessard-Deyell, your host for the show, and I always love to come and hang out with you here every Friday morning. Now, we have a lot of stuff going on this week. So, as you can see at the bottom, this Saturday in Edmonton is our fabulous Women Talk Africa event. I am so excited. We have, oh geez, I forgot, about a dozen women. We're going to have some 20-minute stories, some 5-minute stories, and we're going to have not one, but 2 entertainers, and they are all from African descent. It is going to be absolutely a fabulous event. And let me get the logo here. Yeah, so this is the Edmonton one. And then, of course, next Friday, we're going to be hosting our Calgary Women Talk Africa event. So 2 beautiful events back to back. It is going to be sensational. Some of these women's stories will inspire you. It will blow your mind. Some of the stories are incredible. How can someone survive these kinds of stories and still have the most beautiful smile on their face? It's inspiring. It makes you feel, yeah, my stuff is not so bad, right? And of course, next week we have our regular monthly Women Talk event. Next week we have YYC, Calgary North, and we also have Bow Valley, which is in Canmore. By the way, it's at this cool little British pub with the best fish and chip you will ever have in your life. So you can go and check everything out on our website, womentalk.ca. And from there, you can find all of these events that we host. Whoops, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. So yeah, I am so excited. I just love stories. Now, this week, I am launching a new component of our Women Talk Show Live. And it is going to be a little bit of a coaching session for especially those of you ladies who, worry about, oh, what am I going to talk about? Who wants to hear about me? How do I share my story? So I'm going to give you little coaching tips on how to share a great story that will empower not only you, but the other women in the audience. So this week, I want to talk about how to share your story with a clean conscience. Now, what I mean by this is sometimes our stories involve stuff that other people have done, and it's not pretty. And how can I share my story and not make the other people look bad? And sometimes it's even, how can I share my story and be safe? Because there are some women that have shared stories, and might I say some of our African talkers, who sometimes they have to be careful because it can be dangerous. So, but let's come back to the average woman that will share a story. For example, how your husband was a jerk or your ex-husband was a jerk. So you want to share a particular story, but you're worried, like, how is that going to all go? So first of all, when you share a story, it's never about your ex experience. It's going to be about your own experience in the story. So you're going to share the story of what happened, but what we want is your perspective of the story. How did you feel? Why did you stay this long, even though he was doing all of this stuff? You see what I mean? Like, it is the story. When you share a story, it's all about you. We want to know about your perspective, your thoughts, what you felt, what it looked like from your angle. Another thing that you can look at doing is changing names, right? Like, you don't have to give the name. The other thing is you can change the sex of the person. Well, obviously, if you don't, not if it's your husband, but if you're sharing the story of a coworker, there is nothing wrong with changing the identity of the person to protect them and to just be cool with the story, have a clean conscience. The only thing you cannot share is you cannot make up the stories. This is about real stories. You cannot change the core of the stories, but the names and the gender and the location and the year, go ahead. Change those details so that you can share the story freely. And actually, another little trick that you can use is share your story as if the person was dead. I know that kind of sounds weird, but just so that you can freely share it, what you felt, and take the guilt out of it. And the last little comment I'm going to add to this is you are in charge of your story. If you do not want people videoing your story, you ask people to not video your story. If you are going to share a story about a particular person, don't invite them to the event. It's going to make you uncomfortable. The chances of you running into a person that you're sharing the story about is pretty slim. But change the name, change the location, change the gender, and then you're able to like fully share your story. So that's my little coaching tip for you this week. Share your stories with a clear conscience. Now, before I go and introduce our guests, I just want to say hello to a couple of people. First of all, Sherry, our director in Strathmore, she's in Mexico on the beach and she's taking a minute to watch us. So, hey, Sherry, enjoy the heat and the beach. I am so jealous. Have not one, but two tequila for me. And then we have Roseanne, and then we have Jacqueline as well, who's from way up north in Alberta, and a bunch of other people online watching our shows. Thank you for joining us. And right now, I want to bring my fabulous, fabulous guest because she is going to share a little bit of information about her event that's coming up. Her name is Gloria Biccum. Hello, Gloria.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share, and just I love what you're sharing about story. That is so true.
It really, really is, and it's like it's your perspective on the story. I mean, if you're being interviewed by the New Yorker or something, they're going to fact check you like crazy. If you
Yeah.
say you kissed this person on that year at this school, they'll go and check you out. But when you're sharing a life story, nobody checks out all the details. So feel
Yeah.
free.
But
Share
the beauty in all of that is that we all start somewhere and we all have a story. And
every.
it's
We all
never,
have many stories.
yes, and it's never insignificant because it will touch someone's heart.
It certainly will. So let's talk before we go any further, and we'll talk a little bit more about you. But what's your event coming up here?
So we've got Delicious Divas that's coming up February 28th and 29th in Edmonton. That's a Friday, Saturday. And we're going to have amazing speakers happening on Friday and Saturday. So we've got speakers that are international that are coming in. And we've also have speakers that are local that are doing kind of like a TEDx style talk and promoting their business and talking about what they do because they have gifts of gifts in their business to offer. And sometimes these people are kind of shadowed back and we don't know about them. So we've got a lot of people coming on stage and sharing a lot of things that we always need in business. There's someone that'll resonate with someone else to help them in their business journey or someone who's just starting.
So what's your goal of the event? Is to really help women in business, or like what's the number one goal of your event?
So we have 4 pillars: money, mindset, marketing, and manifestation. Those are the 4 things in business that we all experience. So we've got a speaker who's coming, Tasha Chen, who's going to be talking about money. And our business, we need money. We have money trauma. We have money experiences. We talk about money. It's essential. It's a good thing, but it can also be something that unconsciously we're struggling with. So she's going to be there to heal money trauma. Check her out on Facebook beforehand. We've got it in our Delicious Diva feed. Then we've got Bruce Cryer, who's coming, and he's from Heart Math. Now, we all know that we have thoughts, and these thoughts that come in, sometimes we think it's from our head, but our thoughts are actually coming from our heart. And when we understand heart resonance and what's going on in there and able to manage that and experience our journey through our heart, we drop fear, worry, doubt, and then our mind can process it much easier. Then
Mm-hmm.
we've got Alexa Agresso, who is going to be talking about emotional speaking. We get emotional speaking. What's the number one thing people fear? I'd rather die than speak on stage.
I'm on a journey to change that, baby.
I know you are. So we've got a speaker talking about that. And then we've got Karen McGregor, who's,
Oh, she's fabulous.
oh, isn't she?
I
Rock
really love her.
Yes, she's coming also. And then we have phenomenal TEDx speakers who are growing their business, who are really anchoring in what they do and sharing that. And there's going to be someone who's out in the audience, because we're going to have like 100 women or more going, oh my gosh, I need her. And
Mm-hmm.
when we can touch one heart, when we can change one money trauma, when we can get one woman back on stage to not fear it, to start sharing her story, how powerful is that? Because it's never about what we do. It's about us and emotionally how we've got there and what difference we can make in other people's lives.
I so agree with you. So tell me, of the 4 pillars, which is your favorite topic?
My favorite topic, oh man, you know what? They're equal here. I can't divide them. Is money and heart math. Our heart, and maybe it's more heart than it is money right now. Like from my journey back when I had a health crisis, etc., and it affected me from my medical career. There was so much heart stuff that happened that I didn't quite understand. And then when I started in the journey, recognizing that, oh boy, did the healing ever come actually quite easily, because I'm working from my heart and not my head. And those paradigms of thinking or those lies that came up, I could actually just drop them away and say, that's not me. That's not me. This is the truth of who I am. So, and we all need that. I don't believe there's one woman who can say, nah, don't need that. And we support each other through it.
Yeah, I love it. Now, you're a Women Talk member.
I am.
Have you spoken on our stage?
I did about 1.5 years ago. And I had,
Oh, we got to get you back on there.
okay, I'm happy to share that.
We were actually, yeah, we were just discussing before the show here where we need to put you on our stage in Edmonton and actually all of our locations because you have a beautiful message. Tell me about your other business.
So my other business is called BodyGlo Beautique. And I help women identify their beauty through skincare. You know what? There's not one woman who doesn't look at themselves and have an image. We all have an image and it's perfectly okay. And sometimes we take that image and it's kind of skewed. It's like, no, I shouldn't be thinking that way. Or, you know what? Oh, I'm getting older. I just have to accept it. What a myth. You know, my skin is dry and itchy. I just have to live with it because that's just how it is now in this climate. Those are all myths. We can totally transform, bring our radiance and glow back very naturally, easily. And that part of seeing ourselves, our reflection in the mirror, amplifies when we see ourselves. And our skin is our largest organ. So don't kid yourself. You see yourself every day. This piece is always seen, it's forefront. And when we magically transform that and we see the reflection as the beauty of the woman who we really are, it amplifies our confidence, our self-worth, and that radiance just happens.
Yeah, I agree. Now, what's your background? Did I read somewhere? Were you a nurse or
I
something?
am a nurse. Yes,
You are a nurse.
yeah.
Yeah. So do you still work as a nurse?
I do.
Look at you go. You're busy.
My business is like truly, I'm a medical skincare technician. And my nursing is such an intricate part of it, because when we understand the anatomy and physiology of our skin and how we can change it, because every cell has memory, every single cell, just like thoughts are memories, they land in cells, and those thoughts can create emotions, experiences, and physical manifestations. So does that happen in our skin. And so putting all that together, I was blessed. Like there's a story in and of that within 2 months that I started my business.
Wow. Well, you'll have to come and do the circuit and share your stories at all of our location. Okay, so before you go, let's share again. Tell me about your event and where can people find information?
Okay, so the information you will be posting underneath, you can see it on stage coaching. This right here is money in the bank. Like, you will be saving money because you get to actually experience. There'll be people coming up from the audience volunteering, or we might even pick someone that we see we can really add some benefit and value to give them like on stage coaching and assistance to their business becoming exponentially greater.
That is fabulous. All right. So look below in the links. We've put the link there for you. There's lots of information to look at. And look for Gloria sharing her story, first of all, in Edmonton very soon, and all around Alberta and BC. Thank you for joining me, Gloria.
You know, we were just chatting though, is that I want to leave the women with something.
Oh, yes, yes,
Hey,
yes.
okay, you know what? Every single woman is a gift. They are such a gift. And this is something that carried me through, that I read over and over, that helped me in those tougher moments, in those moments where I felt like, you know what? Everybody else is doing so well, but not me. And when I read this, it inspired me. So this is your gift. When I realized I had no one to give me strength, I gave it to myself. When I realized I had no one to send me love, I sent it to myself. When I realized I had no one to inspire me, I inspired myself. When I realized I had no one to cheer me on, I cheered myself on. And everything I did, once painted as disappointment, brought me the beautiful discovery of knowing everything I had, everything I needed was always within me. And there's no gift greater or more remarkable or empowering or magnificent than you. Embrace you. Did we?
I love it. Thank you very much, Gloria. And I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for joining me on the show.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So before I go, I wanted to share with you one more little event that we're going to be hosting. It is below in the link. I have put together this amazing workshop that's happening next Saturday. I know there's like so many things happening, but if you're not going to Edmonton for Gloria's event and you are in the Calgary area, I have combined together a drumming circle and storytelling. And the reason why I'm combining the two of them together and creating this 2-hour workshop is because when you're on stage, most people are quite stiff, and you can make people feel your emotions so much more when you use your body. Drumming circle, to run a drumming circle, to lead the drumming circle, you must use your body movement to get people to do what it is you want them to do. So we're going to start the workshop with a regular drum circle with the amazing Rhonda Bruce. She is a spectacular drum circle leader. And then we're going to get into the coaching, and you're going to get to go in the middle of the circle and practice using your body to share a story. It's going to be so much fun. I have about a dozen spots left. So go on, look below in the link. There's the link for you to sign up, buy your tickets, and I guarantee you that you are going to love, love, love the workshop. And I hope to see you next Saturday morning from 9 to noon. Actually, I think it's 9 to noon, so it's 3 hours or some 10 to noon. I can't remember now, but come and join us, because you know me, if we're doing a workshop, we're going to have fun, and it's going to be out of your comfort zone and having a really good time. Bye for now.